Back in 2014, I had a student who scored more than 95 percentage marks in every examination he wrote, including the CBSE Class 10th board exam. But after reaching 11th grade, when he wrote the final examination in 11th, his marks were terribly low and he could score only 70% marks in his 11th annual examination. So he came and talked to me. He told me that he was working really hard as how he was working in his high school days, and still he could not get a good score. So I asked him, what was the change that you made when you moved from 10th standard to 11th standard? He told me he followed the same routine what he was doing in 10th grade. And this is where everything went wrong. As students, you all know that the amount of contents that you have in 11th standard compared to 10th standard is huge. There is vast amount of information in your textbooks, but the amount of time that you have to prepare this three times or four times data or the contents is the same. So if you don't change your study strategies, you're not going to get good marks. So today I thought I would share some important points regarding how you have to plan your studies effectively so that you can also get a good score in the upcoming examination. So, dear children and parents, let me share some thoughts about how you can effectively prepare for the upcoming examination in school. As you are well aware that we have almost finished the syllabus for the examination. Now it's high time to start revision. The amount of time that you have in front of for the revision is very less. So will you be able to read each and every line of the textbook and cover the entire syllabus in this short period of time? I would say it's a difficult task, but it is doable. But as long as you are not that much self motivated, you will not be able to effectively do the revision. So, how can we solve this problem? How can we find a solution? Most of your mentors, guides, every one of them will be advising you or telling you that you have to do hard work, you have to sit and study, you have to keep away all the distractions. See, to some extent, it's going to help. But I don't think a mere advice will help them to overcome this problem. So that's why I specifically wanted to give you exactly what you have to do at this point of time. See, when you plan your revision schedule or the study routine, the first thing that you need to make sure is whatever available time you have, do not sit at a stretch and try to complete the syllabus in that available time. You divide your time into small intervals. And this is the famous Pomodoro technique, which I have been telling you from right from the beginning. So, in this technique, the objective is very simple. You are going to divide your time intervals or your study intervals into 25 minutes each with a 5 minutes break after every Pomodoro or every 25 minutes. In these 5 minutes of time, you can do anything you want. You can relax and then come back and sit for another 25 minutes. Like this, if you spend for at least 4 or 5 Pomodoros in a day, so hardly you have to spend around 2.5 hours time per day. This 2.5 hours will be highly productive compared to a 6 hours or 7 hours of study routine per day. And this has been scientifically proven, and it's not an advice that I am giving you. This is a scientific fact. And this is what most college students or university students follow across the globe. So, the first thing that I want you to implement is this. Secondly, in your NCRT textbook, there is vast amount of information given. Will you be able to read all those information and filter out the contents which are required for the exam? Yes, you can. But for this, I want you to follow the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle is otherwise known as the 80-20 rule. So, this principle is very simple. It says 80 percentage of the efforts that you take is going to contribute only 20 percentage to your results. In another way, 80 percentage of your study book is going to give you only 20 percentage of the knowledge. And also, 20 percentage of the contents in the book is going to give you 80 percentage of the knowledge. So I'm sure some of you might be thinking, how is it applicable in our case? See, the point is very simple. You know that the entire examination is based on a particular syllabus. And in this whole syllabus, if you can filter out the 20 percentage of the most important information, that is going to contribute 80 percentage towards the score that you are going to get for the exam. So you might be thinking, how will I identify this 20 percentage contents? And that's where the importance of the lectures come. So when I deliver a lecture in the class, I keep telling you that from this area, there is one question going to come definitely. And you might have marked it. This is the area of the focus, or this is the focus area that I have to deal with later on when I'm revising. So by following this method, you can eliminate almost, the unwanted informations which is given in the book. Because as a student, when you have read the NCRT textbook or the guides or any textbooks that you follow, you might have observed that these textbooks are filled with a lot of information. Most likely they are examples, explanations, and things which you really don't need. They are just informations which help you to understand the subject clearly. But most of those informations can be eliminated, and you can learn the major concepts behind that. By this way, you will be able to do a smart revision by spending very little amount of time. So the Pareto principle is something that every student must follow. And this is not only going to help you in your higher secondary or the 11th and 12th, but also it will be giving you a great relief during your college days or during the university examinations, where you have a lot of reference books to deal with. So I want every one of you to understand these two main techniques, the Pomodoro technique and the Pareto principle. Follow this, and you will see a drastic change in your performance and your efficiency. And the last and the most important thing is, everybody must realize the fact that you are studying only for the betterment of your academic career, not for the betterment of the teachers, not for the betterment of the parents, or not for making people uh, realize that, okay, this child is a nerd or this child is a above average student. Everything what you do is for yourself. So accept that reality, understand that truth. Then only you will be self motivated and follow up and you will be able to follow up your dreams. So today onwards, I'm requesting all my dear children to please follow whatever I have explained to you till now. And definitely over the period of time, I will be coming up with these kind of tips which will really help you to score very good marks in the upcoming examinations. Thank you all. Have a good day.